welcome to Diaspora Unfiltered. Today we are going to be discussing about some experiences of someone who came when she was still in high school, and we want to know how she managed to adjust from the home country experience. And I just don't want to preempt everything. I just want her to say everything so that it can help our children and even us as parents, so that we feel comfortable sending our children to school. Our guest today is none other than Mercy, and I have known Mercy through church, and Mercy is my daughter. I call her my daughter because her mom is my sister. And if I can just say something, in the diaspora, once you have found someone anoera mtupo wako, zvibatisise izvozvo, and that's how we create my long-lasting relationships. And when I got here, I found my sister, and when every now and then I go to her, spending time there, considering the busy life in the diaspora. So today I'm going to be talking to your daughter Mercy. Mercy, welcome to Diaspora Unfiltered.
Thank you for having me.
Just to have kind of a background, do you mind sharing with us when did you come here? And probably were you in school, were you in intermediate or high school?
Okay, so I came here about 14 and a half years ago. I was in Form 6 in Zimbabwe.
Oh, that is A-level.
A-level, yeah.
Okay.
So I was in the middle of Form 6, yeah.
Oh, so when you got here, did you enroll to be in high school, or what happened there?
Yes, so I went to year 12. So of course we came in May, and I went straight to year 12, but I was a bit older, so I couldn't go to year 13 because of what I wanted to study in uni. So I had to go to year 12 so that I could have at least a few credits that we can count towards.
Oh, and also I believe the curriculums are not the same.
Yes.
So definitely, because you were going to go to uni in the NZ curriculum, they wanted some credits, some NZ credits.
Yeah.
That's why you had to go to year 12,
Yes.
so that you accumulate some credits.
Yeah.
And then you finished your year 13.
Yeah. So no, I skipped year 13.
How did you skip year 13?
So when I went to year 12, I realized that okay, I was 18, I would say, and then I wanted to do medicine. So that's why they put me in year 12. But because it was already in May, I already missed a lot of exams from the first terms. So I realized that I'm not gonna have enough that I required at university to actually get into health science. So then I realized, okay, there's really no point for me to go to year 13. I missed year 11, which is also counted towards university entrance. So
are you saying year 11, year 12, year 13
yes.
count towards university?
Yes.
This is interesting.
Yeah. So that's NCA level 1, level 2, and level 3.
So level 1 is year 11,
yes.
Level 2, year 12,
yes.
and level. Wow, this is interesting.
So I already missed the level 1, and I missed half of level 2. So yeah. It was pointless for me. I had to ask other people, like, you've already missed a lot. So either you have to go to a polytech and just do other introductory to health science papers instead of going to year 13, because you're just wasting another year.
Okay, so you enrolled at a polytech college?
Yes.
And what did you study when you...
So I decided, okay, maybe I changed my mind. Instead of doing medicine, I decided to do radiology.
Okay.
So I then ended up doing certificate in pre-health in medical imaging. So I did
medical
that.
imaging.
Yes. So I
These
did that
are
for 6 months.
such big words for me, honestly. I know
Yeah.
imaging is when you are doing the plastic surgery and all.
No. So
What?
this is to do with X-rays, MRIs.
imaging?
Yes. Yeah.
You see, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's basically that.
Okay. So, how many years did you take at the Polytech?
So I did 6 months.
6 months.
It's only 6 months certificate. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We are going to talk about it later.
Yeah.
But then, when you were in year 12,
Yes.
how or what did you find different from what you were used back home
Yeah.
to now this new thing in New Zealand?
Ooh, a lot. I think it was like, what am I doing? Because when we were in Zim, I had dropped maths, so I wasn't doing anything maths. And remember, I'm Form 6, so obviously you specialize on three papers,
3 main
right?
subjects.
So I was doing biology, agriculture, and geography. So then I came here, year 12, I am doing English. I am doing English literature. I am doing all these papers. I'm doing maths. I dropped maths when I was in Form 3 because we didn't have a teacher. So I dropped because I knew that, okay, this is just not going to work. So now I'm doing all these papers. And I think one of the things that like shocked me was in English, there were 2 papers. There is the English literature where you have to watch a movie. And then you have to analyze a movie.
Yes.
You have to analyze the lighting, everything, the acting. So to me, I was like, what?
What is that?
First day, I was handed a DVD. And I'm like,
What is it for?
what am I supposed to be doing with, a movie? I was like, oh, you need to go home and analyze this movie. You need to analyze the camera angle, everything. And I was like, why?
This is just the English.
Exactly.
Why are you giving
Yeah.
us that?
And I was also given a novel. So I didn't like reading novels. So now I have to read a novel and I have to be in an exam. So I need to know exactly what this novel is about. So to me, it was overwhelming.
With English as well, I find that it's really difficult. English is our second language.
Yes.
And now you come to a country that everything is English.
Yeah.
So we are kind of translating
Yeah.
to English, and now I'm given this DVD. Honestly, when I'm given a DVD, I just want to watch,
Yes. Yeah.
not to analyze it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was tough.
So pass.
So I had to adjust. And I think what I loved the first day, I was given a girl that was sort of like there to look after me, direct me, So I would go to her and ask her questions. Okay, I don't get this. And I think for her, it was like, what? It's normal. But for me, it wasn't normal because we didn't have that. Of course, back home we had novels. We could read novels, but not to a point that I have to know everything and analyze things. We never had movies, not in my school, really. We didn't have that. So, but yeah, it was a huge adjustment. But then it was only for a few months that I was there.
Yeah.
So that's when I was like, no, I am not doing high school again.
So when you went to school, you were given a buddy.
Yes.
So this buddy was to show you everything and to guide you in some things that you did not understand.
I think it was more just for her to show me around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, show me around the school. Just a little bit of what we are doing because we didn't have the same papers. Because mind you, I wanted to do medicine, so most of my papers were science
related.
Yeah, and she was into arts.
Oh,
so it was more just showing me the school really. But then there was other papers that we were like together like English, maths, and all that. So I would ask questions, but then at the same time, it was really hard to communicate because back then I wasn't as confident in communication. You know, it was kind of hard. It was intimidating, I would say. It was intimidating because this is a Kiwi person. You know, for me, it was like I'm the only black girl and I'm new. Yeah.
I also believe there are lots of children at a high school.
Yes.
Now you're only the black child.
Yeah.
And even if you are confident enough, there are times that you feel like, is that real?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Yeah,
Can I just say what? Especially with the accent.
Yes. Yeah.
How did you manage to stay focused in the people that are speaking some things that you don't understand? Not because you don't understand English, but the way they articulate their words. You know, even for myself right now, there are some people that when they talk, I have to ask 2, 3, or 4 times.
Yeah.
How did you manage to kind of overcome the accent issue?
It took me a long time. I think I didn't adjust when I was in high school. It took me that long not to adjust, to a point that I became very quiet. I wasn't interacting with anyone, you know, in class, because I just felt, one, I was older than everybody that was in the class. Two, I don't get it. I don't get anything. And I don't know whether to go and ask. Who do I ask? So I became very quiet in class. And even if I wasn't getting anything, I just remained quiet. So they'll be talking, whatever they'll be talking, and I'm just seated there, quiet.
Pretending as if
like, exactly. I was half there and half at home.
You know,
So,
I really feel that these conversations should be done with the children that are also migrating, so that we kind of tell them what to do in a situation like this.
Yeah.
Because sometimes keeping quiet doesn't help.
Yes.
At the same time, if I say something that I feel like it is going to embarrass me, I keep quiet. Honestly, I think we need to do something about it.
Definitely.
Then there is something that I know. We were raised in a way that you don't, if someone wrongs you, you don't just say, oh, stop. Of which here, a little baby is being taught to use their words, stop.
Yes.
Did you manage to kind of tell your teachers or your peers of what you didn't like, or just suggesting some things?
To be honest, I never really came across, maybe because I was a bit older, I never really came across scenarios where I have to be, I don't like this, or someone came to me and did something that was maybe a bit racial or whatever. I never had that experience. But and I think that's different from other kids, but I personally never had that in high school. So, and I think maybe because I kind of withdrew and just stayed by myself,
it helped.
So I didn't really had to communicate with anybody. But I didn't we had a family friend, and they had a son, and we ended up in the same class, and they were from South Africa. So he was very chatty, and because we were knowing each other outside school and then at school, so it he was trying to involve me, you know, was trying to talk, but then I was still scared. I was still very scared, and because I was like, I don't know if my English is good, and I don't understand what they are saying. So every time I would ask him, like, what did they say? Because I find it hard that if I'm talking, I think Kiwis, the way they talk very fast. So it was kind of hard to catch up to what they were saying. So I kind of stayed away. So
and
that was,
and you know, also it's not only the articulation, it's
Mm-hmm.
also some words they use that don't exist in the
Yeah.
dictionary.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I often hear a word, jinxed. Oh, he jinxed me.
Yeah.
I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
So they've got their own vocabulary
Yes.
as well. That
Yeah.
sometimes
Mhm.
it doesn't mean anything to
Mhm.
us.
Yeah.
So it makes it really
Mhm.
confusing.
Yeah.
But would you maybe advise other children that
Mhm.
maybe when they are in a situation like yours,
Mm-hmm.
they just need to find someone they can talk to, especially a friend?
Mm-hmm.
If they don't understand something, they can just go to that friend and say,
Mhm.
oh, look, I didn't understand what he was saying. Can you please
Mhm.
tell me? Is it a possibility that one day you might speak up and, you know,
I think yes. I think now when I look back, I'm like, actually, I robbed myself of having fun. It wasn't that bad, to be honest, but I think it was just the fear that actually kept me just in my own
Yeah.
corner. But I think there are very nice people out there, and they want to be asked. And I think now, because I'm working, I interact with a lot of them, and I went to uni here, so it's kind of like they are also intimidated.
yes,
They are very intimidated,
So
so they
much.
just don't want to come across as, they're just in your space.
Mm.
So they want you to approach
Yeah.
them. So I would say approach someone. They really want to talk to you, but then you just have to make the first step,
yeah.
and you will find out that actually I can
They're
actually
really
make
good.
really good friends.
I'm confident enough. It
Yeah,
just needs like
yeah.
you to do something.
Exactly.
first.
Yeah.
You don't wait for
Yeah.
them to come
Mhm.
to you, but you rather approach them.
Yes. Yeah.
Ah, that
Yeah.
is very, very good.
Yeah.
And